Hello kiddos, Mama Lou here, and I wanted to do a reading for the collective for today. I had some messages coming in that I'm hoping they can clarify for me. If this is your first time seeing me, welcome. I'm Mama Lou Tarot. I do musical readings, generally. I do all kinds, but that's a lot of what I do. And I also have a TikTok if you want to watch that. And it's Mama Lou Tarot on TikTok. I just actually completed my first live. That was terrifying, but I did it. And I was, happy that I got through it. And I appreciate everybody who is being supportive and providing such really sweet comments. Be sure to do all the YouTube-y things, the like, the subscribes, the bells, all the technical things. I also discussed on my live about the mixtape oracle that I created. If you are interested in it, I'm starting a wait list so that maybe I can run a small batch of them for people. Just email me at mamalutero@gmail.com if that is something that you're interested in as well. And I'd be happy to add you to the wait list for these. Unless there's some sort of publisher person out there who wants to help me out do those, because it's going to be a whole thing. Alrighty, they're doing a couple of different things, and they're trying to give me a couple different messages here. So I'm just going to pull, because they're doing a lot, I'm just going to pull and see which is the ones that they're wanting me to do, because they're coming out. I know that there is a message here for that specifically came out for the collective. Oh, okay. Okay, they found it. So okay, you want that one? What other one do you want? Not that one. Okay, there are 3 songs that they want me to go over today. That's all they want for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some tarot cards to kind of help define what the messages are that I'm channeling in, so that I can get a clear picture of what exactly it is that they're trying to get across. So the first song is As For My Soul by Varley. And it's, as the world outside collapses and confuses right and wrong, light a fire, drink a beer, and sing a song. This is worry less, you can't control it all. Take time to be present. Enjoy where you are. Don't do what makes you happy. Ups and downs are part of life. Okay, this will make sense. There is this message is coming in pretty strongly. So don't mind me, I'm getting over a little bit of a cough thing. So they want me to do this singly and not go into the next one until I do this one. This one is the one they're really focusing on. And the thing I'm getting already is it feels like there is being a little bit more pressure put on people recently in regards to it has a little bit of that keeping up with the Joneses energy. It has a little bit of that if you're not at this level, you're less than. It's very judgmental. It's very hierarchy type feeling. And the biggest message that they're putting in is you cannot be told what your value is. Someone else can't say you are worth this much, or that you only deserve this much, or that something you're doing is causing the situation that you're in. Yes, that happens sometimes. Some people, don't do much to help themselves, but this feels like this is speaking more to the energy of people who are like, wait a minute. You can't judge me. You can't judge my life right now. You can't tell me what I'm worth. I know what I'm worth. And I'm not going to be told I'm less than because I don't have, a bunch of money, or I don't have a family, or I don't have a job or a house, or whatever these things that you deem to be, important. Maybe you like living in a van and just, living off the land and foraging your food and all that other stuff. This is you deciding what are your values, not what anybody else's values are that are being placed on you. This feels very much like it feels like you're kind of taking a stand. And not in like an aggressive, I'm going to be in your face about it, if you don't believe the same way I do, I'm just going to, not like you or put out that kind of hate energy. No, this just feels like you just being like, really? Okay. You think I'm less than because you make more money than me. Okay. Well, you're more than happy to feel that way. But that doesn't change me. I feel very fulfilled. I feel like I'm in a good place. I feel spiritually, well, or whatever. It's it's like letting them talk whatever they want, but don't let it get in your head and start defining you. This is you kind of just being like, everybody's different. Maybe they're just not on the same level as I am spiritually or emotionally or mentally. And if they're just, trying to pick apart my life, it's generally because they have holes in their life as well. And it's easier for them to talk up the stuff, like, okay, well, yeah, I'm very financially stable, so I'm better than you. And you're like, that may be so. You're also miserable, sad, and lonely. I know that this message kind of is coming across harsh, but this is meant for you, not this other person. This is meant for you specifically, where you can't let other people define you. You can't let other people determine your success and how you feel about it or your progression. Sometimes someone just taking that first little step is the hugest thing in the world. Someone else isn't going to see that and they're going to poo-poo it or whatever. Don't let it take away that joy. Don't let it take away that pride that you have for accomplishing this thing, because everybody's steps are different lengths, and that little step for you may have been equal to someone else's, ginormous leap forward, because it's personal and it's yours to choose and to define for yourself. And that's really the energy that I'm getting from this song a lot. They're talking a lot through the song. I'm trying to see if they have a card coming up, but they haven't yet. But this also, the lyric that I wrote down is, as the world outside collapses and confuses right and wrong, light a fire, drink a beer, and sing a song. This is you just kind of letting everybody else go through the drama. And you're like, I'm fine with who I am. I actually love who I am. I'm proud of who I am. And my goals are not your goals. My dreams are not your dreams. And you guys can sit out there and argue about who's better, who's worse, or how to do something and how not to do something. I'm going to sit back and follow my intuition and follow my gut and follow my joy and follow my, path and my own urge on how I want to live my life. And I don't care how you think I'm supposed to live my life, Oh, they finally came out with it. Yeah. You got the Mystic Circle. Your abilities will be enhanced. This is actually going to help you more. And they don't realize, but some of like these material things or these material concepts or this one-dimensional, or actually I guess three-dimensional thinking is limiting them. They have so many rules and restrictions and guidelines for how they think someone should be doing life. And this is you being like, no, I'm going to kind of just go with the flow a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit more chill with this. I'm going to follow my own, destiny. I'm going to let my words speak into existence the things that I want. And this is actually saying that that's actually going to help you way more than trying to fit these molds that someone else is giving you to, form into, It's like, when cats try and fit in a box and it's just like, well, I can fit. It feels like you're like, I'm tired of trying to squeeze into this box anymore. This is not comfortable. No, thank you. I'm not going to do this. And it's actually going to help open you up because it's going to help you expand your mind. You don't have those boundaries or those blinders on that the rest of the world does. And this seems very positive. And so, yeah, okay, that's what they want for that one. really cool message for whoever that was meant for. All right, so the next song is Two of a Crime by Perma. And it's all my life in the dark. I've been waiting for one sweet day, not alone, never anymore. This is finding your weirdos, friends or family, bad influences, and a little recklessness or lawlessness. So let's see what they are trying to get at with this one. Alrighty. This is a new deck that I actually got from one of my kiddos. I haven't used it before, so we're going to see how it goes. It's Fairies and Magical Creatures, Tarot card, and Magic and Mysticism. I don't know. I liked it because it's got all different kinds of different fae on it, and it's got different mythological characters, it's got all kinds of cool stuff. So we'll see how it comes out. But the first thing I get with Two of a Crime by Perma is it does play into the first one just a little bit, but in a different way. This is finding people who are on your same level. This is finding people who aren't trying to compare themselves to the rest of the world. They're trying to find themselves and realize they're incomparable and they're individual, unique, important as they are. And they serve their function as a being of the universe just as much as anybody else. Everybody has a place. Everybody has it's already starting. Everybody has a path that they're going on so that they can continue to teach, learn, and grow and experience life. Oh, yeah, you got the Three of Pentacles, and it's all about working together, finding the people that meld with you, the energy that when you get together, it's positive and it actually creates more stuff. It actually creates a good environment where everybody is able to change and adapt and grow, and maybe that means they change their minds or their beliefs or how they live their lives or how they communicate. It feels like a real environment or community or friendships, friends group, family group. It feels like, okay, here's my chosen family, and for some reason we help build each other up. And then once we're all together, someone sees something I do and they're like, oh, and it clicks for them, and then they can grow, and then they teach someone else something, and it feels all very harmonious, and there's not the competition of who's the top dog, and it just feels a little bit more fluid and happy and less restricted. And I don't know, it's just this really open feeling of, okay, no one's going to make fun of me if I'm a little weird about this, or maybe I have this really weird concept for an idea or something, and you tell it to them and they're like going, yeah, that's kind of out of left field, but I kind of dig it. It's that kind of energy where it's not negative. Maybe they give you some, constructive criticism, like, yes, those are all great ideas, but just tweak it just this little bit, but then go, It's not okay, how can I bring this person down, or how can I steal this idea, or how can I mimic this person in some way and try and take the credit for something. It feels very all even, like, communal. Everybody pitches in and everybody does their part and everybody supports everybody else. That's a lot of the energy that I'm getting. And that's what they want with that one. That was actually a pretty quick one. Because it feels like you want to be around people like that, because even on the card, it even mentions, bad influences. If things aren't going well in your life, look at the environment around you. Look at the people around you. Are you being encouraged? Are you being, dissuaded from following your dreams? Are you being, now there's sometimes when someone's going to really reel you in because maybe you're going off the rails a little bit. But if they're doing it in a loving way, then that's something separate. This feels a little bit more like don't be around people with that negative energy. Don't be around people like in the first card who are just like, unless you have this, this, and this, you're not a full human at this point, or you're not doing a well enough job in your life, and you're just wasting your time and all that stuff. This feels a little bit more like get rid of those bad influences and really find your family of weirdos. That's what I get. Find your people. Find your people and then start doing fun shit together. Start doing weird stuff together, you know, and see what works, see what fits, because it may end up expanding your abilities. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, you guys, we could totally do this. Like, this is going to be awesome. Let's do it, you know, and everybody's excited about it. That energy going out to the universe, guess what? Starts a tidal wave. Just starts building and building and building, because all that positive flow and harmonious energy just turns, you know, vibratory or magnetic or whatever the science word is for it. But it just really grows and expands. And in return, it expands your own consciousness. It expands your own heart space. It expands your own energy, aura, all those things. So that's what I got with that one. Okay. The last song that came out is Water by Riot. Don't punish me for what I feel. That is the lyric that came out in this one. And the key points are: only you know your perspective. Your feelings are valid. Do what you must to care for yourself. No one has walked in your shoes or can judge your experience. These do have a little bit of an underlying theme, so thank you. That's kind of nice. So let's see. What cards do you guys want for this one? Okay. Alrighty. So, the first thing about this is, okay, this is an odd message. This may only be for a few of you. Someone here may have just had a really difficult relationship with someone that it feels like it could even be a family member, you know, a boss, a friendship, or something like that, where you had to almost kind of check it before they, what is it? Check it before they wreck it, or whatever, where it's like, no, wait a minute. I'm going to do you this nicety since we are so close and friends, but no, you don't get to tell me how to feel about this. You don't get to tell me that I can't be upset by what you just did to me, or by what you just said to me, or the situation that I'm in. No, this is not about that. You get to listen to me. You get to listen to everything that you just did and how it made me feel. It feels like some sort of conversation like that. And really proud of you if you've done this recently, or if you're about to do this, because that's not easy. It's not easy to check someone that you consider close enough to be like family, or, you know, besties with, or, you know, lovers with. But it feels like you had to be like, yeah, no, this is not continuing, no more. Almost, you know, like telling a kid, don't touch that stove, you know, whatever this is. And because it almost kind of can put them in their place in a way of where they're like, and either they're going to acknowledge and be like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right. This is not about me. This is, you know, you're right. I totally made this about me, or I totally didn't mean to make you feel that way. And that's one way the conversation can go. The other way is how do you, or like them just refusing to see your perspective, refusing to see your side, wanting to argue about it, being defensive about it, because you just called them out on something and they didn't like it because it was probably true and they know it. And so there is a little bit of that energy here. So if you are dealing with something like this, an energy where you're having to be like, wait a minute, this is not the way this relationship goes. I sit here, I listen to you, you listen to me, and then we have a mutual respect for each other. You don't get to talk to me that way. And you don't get to just throw away my feelings, my thoughts, my opinions about this, especially because they're mine. You can't say, oh no, I didn't make you feel that way. You're not me, and yes, you did make me feel that way. And don't invalidate me with, you know, this smoke screen that you're trying to put up, because you know I'm right. You know that you done messed up on this one. And out of, like I said, out of respect for our relationship, I'm calling you out on it, but don't ever do that to me again. And that's kind of what this feels like. Because no one has walked in your shoes. No one has felt your perspective before. This one feels like the card that's coming out is advice on how to move forward in regards to this sort of a situation, if this is something that you've gone through recently. If you are kind of gearing up to have this kind of a conversation, it would also be nice if they could give us some advice for, how to get through this in a good way. So whichever way you want to give me that. When it boils down to it, though, you got to look out for number one. Sometimes people that, even though you love them, or you may have been with them for a long time, or been friends for a long time, something like that, you gotta look out for number one. You gotta look out for yourself. You have to protect yourself. You can't let people treat you in a way that absolutely goes against your values or your standards, And this isn't like you asking for ridiculous amounts of like ridiculous high standards or bars that no one's going to cross over. These are just human decency kind of ones. And it hurts the most when it comes from someone really close to you. Like, wow, you of all people, right? You're going to be the one that beats me down right now? Really? Yeah, no, that's not happening. So, all right. Could you give us some advice on this last one? Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. You got the 9 of Cups and the Hierophant. There's something here of where like the first thing I get is the owl talking to the child on this one. You know the right thing to do. You'll know the right timing of when to have this conversation, the right way to word it, because you're not going to be all emotionally upset about it. You're going to just be like, yeah, no, hold it right there. And you're going to explain it in a very, what's the right word? Very clear, plain way. And you're going to discuss exactly what it did that made you feel. You're going to share your feelings, because the one thing that someone can't fight against is like, you made me feel this way. Whether you meant to or not, you did. So we need to have a conversation on how we communicate better. We need to have a conversation about the way that you talk to me, or the way that you treat me, or the way that you view me, or the way that you criticize me, or discount my feelings, or don't even really think about what you're saying and how it might be affecting me or other people or the work or the job or the project or the art or anything like this. This is you being very open with your heart space in a almost intellectual way. And what that does against someone who is in this space right here of where, they're trying to punish you for your feelings, like the lyric says, it really gives them not much to argue about. It really gives them not much to, defy. Because if you start getting into, you said this, and like, that's not what I said, and then they twist words around, and then it just muddles the whole situation. They're like, wait, this isn't what I was originally trying to talk to you about. You've turned it into this whole he said, she said stuff, and I don't want to do that. So this is you being like, nope, this is exactly how you made me feel. This is why I don't appreciate it, or why I'm not going to accept it anymore. And we need to come up with better communication. We need to have a higher level of energy back and forth, because I'm not going to take on any of this from you, especially not you. So whoever this person is, that's what I got from it. All right. Is there any final messages for tonight? Oh, just one. Let's see what it is. All of these were actually really great songs. I will put them all down in the description box as well. Like I said, please feel free to do the YouTube things, and let me know in the comments if this resonates with you. That always helps me know, if I'm on track. Yeah, you got Release. And this feels like almost all 3 of these songs. I don't know if you can you see it? There we go. Release. In the first song, yeah, it's releasing other people's expectations on what is the right thing to be doing. On the second one, it's releasing the need to, hold yourself in, because now you're around people who love you, respect you, are working together, and you can kind of do that whole let your freak flag fly. If that was a real tongue twister there. Where you can just be yourself. You're just releasing yourself and you're just going with it. Same with this last one. You are just releasing any of this hold that this person has over you and telling them, yeah, you can't make me feel this way anymore. I'm not going to do it. And it's literally a frog jumping off a lily pad too. So that's fun. But yes, those are the messages that I got for today. I really appreciate you guys watching and spending time with Mama. I always love our time together, our little sit downs where we get to have a chit chat, and the universe gives us some information and advice. But I just want to let you know I love you guys very much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.